So I'm out here, I'm watching The Crisis, I'm enjoying The Crisis, laughing, having a good time, I'm super into it. And then the ending of the first episode happened. CWDC Greg Berlanti. How dare you? Like, how dare you? Let's talk about it. The DC five and a half night crossover event. Episode 1. Let's get right into it. What's going on, y'all? Let's icon here doing this crossover. So, right out the gate, it started with, like a little montage. Like they were going, like the monitor's voice, he was like, like all over the world, like heroes have come and gone and they've come together in the multiverse and blah blah blah. And and they had some nice little callbacks. Like they ended up showing like other Earths, like characters from other Earths. And it was funny because like a lot of the numbers were very symbolic. Like the first one was they showed Earth 89, which was which was the Michael Keaton Batman universe. They even they had like one of the old characters who played I think he was the Commissioner. I think he played the Commissioner back then. And they had the bat symbol in the air. He had the newspaper that said Batman captures Joker. And it was cool. And it was 1989 because I believe the Michael Keaton Batman movie came out in 1989. So for that to be Earth 89, I thought was pretty funny. And then as soon as it said Earth 89, you heard the like the old Batman thing. So I was like, oh, that's dope. Then they did Titans. I was surprised. I was very surprised that Titans got a nod. But it's also part of the Berlanti universe because Greg Berlanti he does Titans as well. So Titans is Titan. So now we know that that's not connected to anything, and Titans is Earth 9. So they showed a picture of Hawk, who. Shout out H. the boss, who let me know that Hawk actually used to play Aquaman in Smallville. So they showed Hawk, and then they showed the kid who played Jason Todd. So for a lot of people that don't watch Titans, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, they showed Dick Grayson Robin." It's like, no, that's Jason Todd from Titans. So they showed the two of them. Those are the only two characters that they showed, but it was still cool. They even had the Titans music in the background, the do 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 do. So I thought that was nice. They did Earth X. They did Earth X with the dude, like because the whole Earth X was based on the dude with the light, like with the rocket, the light rocket power. I can't remember his name now. So they showed Earth X, and then they showed like the red skies coming out of Earth X, and then they showed Earth 66, and Earth 66 it showed the original Robin, Burt Ward, who's obviously older. Like he's still like kudos to him too because he's still alive, like when he had to have been like in his early 20s when he did the original Batman, like the Adam West Batman. He had like his Robin like shirt on. He was walking his dog, and it was Earth 66 because the Adam West Batman came out in the 60s, came out in 1966, and then he was like holy red skies of doom, and then, so like that was cool. That was cool. So after that, then it takes us to Supergirl's Earth. Like she just stopped this dragon iguana thing from killing a bunch of people, but she was like how the iguana was kind of like freaking out because like something's wrong, like something's coming. So she goes back to the DEO, and then Brainy's there, Alex is there, and then they were all talking. They were just like, oh, there's a cataclysmic event coming, and it's bigger than the Leviathan. And then Jean was like, yes, it's the Crisis, because in the last Supergirl episode, the Monitor, he rolled up on Jean and he was like, Jean Jones, you've completed the task with your brother, so you are ready for the Crisis. So there, so John basically, he was just like, like the Crisis is coming, and then he was like, the Monitor came to me, and then Brainy's like, the Monitor, I thought that was a Flash and Green Arrow problem, and then he's like, no, it affects everybody, So then they're just like, all right, so what do we do? And then he's like, it's time. So then it cuts to to Oliver. Because in the last episode of Arrow, Oliver was on Lian with his with his peoples and Mia, and then Lila showed up. She's the Harbinger now. Lila shows up. She rolls up on Oliver. She and Mia. She tells Oliver and Mia it's time for the Crisis. In the Flash, they were in Star Labs when the sky turned red. because Oliver was on the island when the sky turned red, and then that's when Lila showed up, and then she took him. She took him to the, she took him to help with the crisis. She rolled up on Barry, who was in Central City, and then and it was and it was weird because Barry was with the entire team when when he was on the Flash. But then here, I guess he left the building. He went to go patrol the streets, and then Lila called him out. Lila called him out there by himself. So he's by himself now. And then Lila snatched him up for for the crisis. For Batwoman, they were in Gotham City, and then Batwoman, she took down some of like Alice's like rabbit gang, and then one of them was about to tell her where Alice is, and I'm like, there has to be a time jump here. Like there has to be a time jump from when she became Batwoman and then when she met Kara, Barry, and Oliver. But that, because I'm like, because you can't tell me she's been Batwoman for less than a year. Like she had to, from the time she became Batwoman up until she met Barry, Oliver, and Kara, it had to at least been 1 full year. So, and I'm like, a whole year's gone by. You still ain't find Alice? So, but then Lila shows up, and then she's just like, Batwoman, you're needed, to save the crisis. And she's like, whatever crazy BS this is, she was like, it can wait. And then, and then she was like, no, we need you now. And then she snatched up Batwoman. The Legends finally showed up for work, because the Legends haven't been seen since last season, because every superhero show has, like, their seasons have started. Legends doesn't start until January. Like the Legends season starts when the crisis is over. So that lets you know that at least that lets you know that they survive. But they were in Star City, like they were in Star City 2019, and then they were like it was just Ray and Sarah. So I'm like, all right, where's Nate? Where's well Zari, she's gone because she got blipped out of Legends existence at the end of the season. So but what happened to Mick? All those people. But so it was basically just Ray and Sarah. No Constantine. Lila rolled up on Ray and Sarah in the bar, and then she was just like, "You're needed." And then Sarah was just like, "What outfit are you wearing?" And then she disappeared. So then we're back in we're back. So Lila took everybody to Earth 38, which is Supergirl's Earth. So they go to Earth 38. And then as soon as Lila shows up, Alex immediately pulls out the gun and tries to, and then because and it's funny because I forgot when they did because Alex was a part of, she was a part of 2 crossovers. She was a part of the Nazi crossover, and she was a part of she wasn't. She was kind of a part of the last one, but actually I don't remember if she was a part of the last one or not. But but anyway, the point is, Alex never met Lila. And I thought Kara met Lila before. Like I could have, like during the Dominators, like I could have sworn Kara met Lila, but when Lila showed up, nobody knew who she was, and then everybody was ready to, to kill her. And then when Lila made all the heroes that she scooped up appear, then she recognized them, and then everybody stood down, and then Batwoman was like, "What fresh hell is this?" And then she was just, and then Lila was just like, "You're here to save the multiverse." And then Batwoman punched Lila in the face, and then she was just like, "That rabbit was about to talk." And then then Brandy was like, the oddly dressed Bat1 talks to rabbits. And so it was cool to see like a lot of their interactions together. And then Kara and Batgirl were talking, Kara and Batwoman were talking, and then she was just like, she told her, she was like, "Look," Kara was like, like I trust these people with my life, and she was like, if I can trust them, that means you can trust them. And then Kate was like, all right, fine, so she took her mask off or whatever. She was just like, all right, everybody, she was like, y'all can call me Kate. And then I forgot Oliver actually didn't know Kate was Batwoman, because he met Kate when they went to the Gotham building, and then he met Batwoman when they were in Arkham, but only Supergirl knew that Kate was Batwoman. So when she took the mask off and then it revealed that she was actually Kate Kane, Oliver was like, yeah, that makes sense. He's like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. And then Mia was just like, she's like, well, hi, I'm Oliver's kid. And then, John was like, I didn't even know he had a kid. And then she was like, yeah, he gets that a lot. So, Lila was talking to them. She was just like, all right, Earth 38 is basically fucked. and then there was a situation where like the red wave that was coming to eliminate Earth 38, it was on its way to their Earth, but before it got there, it was going to hit Argo City. So Kara got a message out to Superman and to Lois, because they were raising their son in Argo City, because his son wouldn't have superpowers there. And then she was just like, yo, yeah, I got to get out. And this was really cool. When Kara told them that, listen, like, your Earth is about to be destroyed, you guys got to get out. Kara's mom showed up, and then she took Clark and she took Lois, like, to this woodshed, and then there was a rocket ship, and then she was just like, oh, we'll set a course for baby Jonathan, and I'm just like, here we go again. And I'm like, here we go again with putting the baby in the rocket and sending them off sending them to Earth, and I'm just like, and then there was no point. I mean, it makes sense why Kara's mom would do it, because she helped build the rocket that took Cal to Earth, and she also helped with the rocket that took her own daughter to Earth. But I was just like, at no point was anybody gonna bring up, like, the irony of this whole situation. And I'm just like, this family is like the House of L is fucked. Like these people are like, if you're a member of the House of L, do not have a child on an off-Earth planet, and if you do, you had better have a rocket ship contingency plan. So they put baby Jonathan in the rocket, a la every Superman mythology ever, and they send him off on a rocket to Earth. The red wave comes in and Argo's destroyed, and then Kara was losing it. When Harbinger, when she brought all the heroes to Supergirl's Earth, Superman and Lois was with them. And then she was just like, yeah, like, Lila saved us at the last second, right before right before Argo exploded. But he was like, unfortunately, we couldn't save your mom. So Kara's mom is gone. And then, but then they said that the rocket, like, Brainy had told them that, like, the rocket that was carrying their baby got sucked into, like, a wormhole. And then he was just like, not only was it a wormhole, it was a time loop wormhole. So the baby ended up on Earth 16 in Star City 2040. And I'm like, aha. Call back to the Star 16 2040 episode. So, and then Superman wanted to go to that Earth to go get his kid, obviously. And then Oliver was like, no, because you got to be here when the attackers come, you got to be here. So then Sarah was just like, she was like, all right. She was like, me, Lois, and Brainy will go to Earth 16. We'll go get your kid. They go to Earth 16, and then it come to find out, like, the baby's in the Arrow bunker, and then Sarah's just like, how, of all places, is the baby in, like, the Green Arrow's bunker in 2046 on Earth 16? Because Oliver found the baby in the pod, and Oliver took the baby back to the hideout. So then Oliver rolled up on Brainy, and then he attacked Sarah, and then when Sarah fought him, then she was like, Oliver, it's Sarah. Oliver was like, oh shit, because Earth 16 Oliver in the future is the same Oliver from the Star City 2046 episode of Legends of Tomorrow. So it's like old Oliver, and he has the metal arm. He has the metal left arm. And then he was in shock, because he was like, Sarah, he's like, I took you on the gambit and you died. And he's like, I never saw you again. And then she was just like, yeah, she was like, I'm from a different Earth. I'm not your Sarah. But then he was just like, I always wanted to tell you I'm sorry for bringing you. And then she was like, nah, because she was like, bringing you on the gambit, it sparked this superhero revolution. And then she was like, you should be happy. She was like, you're the Green Arrow. She's like, on every Earth, the Green Arrow is a hero, and then she was just like, yo, we're out. And as cool as that scene was, I thought it was very odd that they went completely out of their way to do a scene based off of an old Oliver Queen. So I feel like that's going to have meaning at some point in the next 4 or 5 episodes of this crossover. So anyway, so they snatch up the baby. They bring the baby back to Earth 38. They're trying to evacuate Earth 38, because Earth 38 is like, because the red wave is about to hit. Alex, she goes to Lena, and then she's just like, we got to put our differences aside, and we got to come up with a way to save humanity. So Brainy, Jean, and because Supergirl's Earth was full of aliens, so every alien has a spaceship, because they all came to Earth with a spaceship. They loaded up all the Earthlings, like all the people, the population, both alien and Earthling alike. They loaded everybody up onto all their spaceships. Brainy used the spaceship from the Legion of Superheroes. They put a shitload of people on that spaceship, and Lena created a portal that was going to transport everybody to a new Earth, because their Earth was they evacuated the Earth basically, because like Earth 38 is fucked. So then like the monster, the Anti-Monitors monsters show up. The superheroes, they all show up, and they get ready to do battle against the monsters. Barry, there was a point where Oliver and Barry had a conversation outside, and then because when Lila brought everybody to Earth 38, originally Sarah Barry and Ray weren't there, and then she brought them over later. Ray was asking Kate if he could upgrade her suit, and she, she was like, "Yo, back up." But then when Barry arrived, Oliver was talking to Barry, and then he was just like, "Bro," he was like, "The crisis is here." He's like, "How's the fastest man alive late to the crisis?" And he was like, "First of all, Lila had me do something," So it ain't even like that. And then Barry told him, he was like, "Listen," I think I should let you know." He was like, the monitor told me that for this crisis, in order for us to save everybody, he was like, I have to die. And then Oliver was like, nope. And he was like, what do you mean no? Oliver was like, this is the Arrowverse. I'm the Green Arrow. I'm the leader of this universe. You are not gonna out-death me in my own universe. So he called the monitor, and then he was like, wait, Barry was like, who are you talking to? He was just like, we need to talk right now. And then the monitor, brought Oliver to his chamber, and he was like, what is it, Oliver? Quit. And he was like, last year, because remember the deal that they made last year, he said that he was gonna. The deal was, because Oliver was supposed to survive in last year's crossover, and Supergirl and Barry were supposed to die because they were trying to like rotate around the Earth to save everybody. Oliver traded his life for theirs. He was just like, listen, if you save Kara and Barry's life, because he told them, he was like, if I spare them a life, he's like, those lives are supposed to be taken. So if those lives are supposed to be taken, and you want me to save them, other lives have to be taken to compensate. So Oliver told him, he was like, you save them and you get me. That's why Oliver was doing all the crisis stuff with the monitor, because Oliver was prepared to die. So then when Barry said that, nah, the monitor said I was going to die too, he was like, hold up. Because he's like, nah, I just made that deal with you for nothing. But the monitor was just like, the situation has changed and now every life is at stake and I can guarantee nothing. But then it's like, once you say that, the moment he said that, I'm like, so this whole thing about, it being my destiny for me to die, whatever, that's all null and void now, because he just said that he just admitted that the rules are different now. Like, he just admitted that the rules have changed. So Oliver can still live, like Barry can still live, Kara can still live, like they don't have to die, because the monitor just admitted he don't know what the hell's going on. So Oliver then has a conversation with Mia. He gave Mia a new suit. He gave her it was basically a Green Arrow suit without the hood and the mask. And then Mia didn't want to take it because she was just like, she's like, I'm not worthy. Then he was just like, well, he was like, there should always be a Green Arrow. He was like, no matter what happens in the world, like there should be a Green Arrow. And then she was just like, I'm not worthy. And he was like, take the damn suit. So, so she put the suit on. The heroes go into battle. Like the Anti-Monitor sent like some villains, sent like some ghost monster things to attack the population. They because they also put up a tower. Like the Monitor put up a tower that was supposed to keep the red light at bay, so it wouldn't affect the planet. And then his ghosts that he sent, they were there to take down the tower, so the energy can wipe out the planet. And then so the heroes, they were fighting off the ghosts. They destroyed all the ghosts. They were on the rooftop fighting the ghosts. And then Supergirl and Superman, they were doing their thing to try to stall as long as they can. And then the Monitor was like, yo, it's too late. Lena had finished the portal. She's still bitching over the fact that everyone, I'm like, it's an apocalypse, woman, like put your feelings to the side. And it's like, so Lena created the device. Everybody got sent over. Dreamer was there. There was a cool spot with Kelly, where Kelly, Lena, and Dreamer and Alex, they were assisting all the people to go over to the next Earth, through the portal. And then some people had fell, like some debris was falling. And then Kelly came out of nowhere and she had the Guardian shield, and she was like, yeah, James gave me a shield. And I'm like, yes, where is James? I was like, did someone, I'm like, I hope someone went and got him, because because we leaving, like we leave. Like I know Macabre Briggs left the show, but I'm just saying, like, was really good. So unless Kelly's gonna become Guardian, somebody got to tell me what happened to James, because the Supergirl 100th episode, takes place after the crossover as well. So so everybody goes through the portal, like the population goes through the portal. And then, but not everybody had made it yet, because there was 7 billion people on the planet, and then so far they had only evacuated like 2 billion. And then, the Monitor showed up and he was just like, it's too late, this planet is fucked. He was like, yo, we gotta go. So he magically made everybody disappear. And then Oliver was like, yo, he was like, is everybody off the planet? And he was like, nah. And then he was like, yo, we can't go, bro. And then Oliver shot the Monitor with an electric arrow to temporarily like incapacitate him, and like all the other heroes were gone. Like the Monitor sent them back to Earth 1. Oliver stayed and he fought. Like Oliver stayed and he fought with everybody. He fought the demons because he was just like, yo, I'm not leaving until we save everybody. And then the red light came in. Oliver dropped the bow. He ran in to do the damn thing. The red light came in. It destroyed the planet. Earth 38 is destroyed. Thank God, and I'll get to that in a second. Earth 38 was destroyed. Everybody appeared in the Arrow bunker on Earth 1, and it come to find out the entire population of Earth 38 went to Earth 1. So Earth 1 now has a ton more people on it. But again, we'll get to that in a second. So, the Monitor, he rescued Oliver at the last second. He brought him back to the bunker. Oliver's on the table. He's bloodied. He's beat up, whatever. Sarah and them come back. And then I'm like, what happened to Batwoman? Like, Kate wasn't even there. So then, like, they were talking to him. Oliver was just, Oliver, he was dying. He was like, yo. And I'm just like, and I'm looking at the Monitor. And I'm like, bro, like, you brought Lex Luthor back to life when Lena killed him. Lena killed Lex Luthor, and you saved Lex Luthor. I'm like, does no one have Lazarus? Does no one have Lazarus pit water? Like, where's Constantine? Like Oliver flat out died on the table, and I'm just like, like we done did all this cool stuff. Y'all done showed us all this great superhero. I'm like, how you kill him? I don't understand like how you kill Oliver in the first episode of the Crisis when one, he still has 3 more episodes of Arrow to go, and second, yes, like the Part 1 was basically a Supergirl episode. How you kill the man on someone else's show? I'm like, if you could kill him, at least kill him on his own show, because episode 4 of Crisis, that's the Arrow episode. If you gonna kill him in episode 4. Don't kill his ass in episode 1. I'm like, come on, bro. I'm like, you're playing games. Like, I'm out here, I'm doing all these reviews, I'm doing these reaction reviews for every episode of Arrow, and then I'm like, y'all done killed him now. Like, Arrow ended 3 episodes early, but he's not now. But I was tight. I was just like, yo, how dare y'all? How dare you kill Oliver Queen? But he's not dead. There's no way in hell he's dead. Between Constantine, between the Lazarus pits, between all this magical cosmic mumbo jumbo, Oliver ain't dead. They gonna bring him back. What I originally thought, because since they completely went out of their way to do that whole scene with old Oliver from 2046, my assumption is because he's like, oh, Oliver Queen will die during the Crisis. You ain't never said which Oliver Queen. The old dude could still jump in. I thought the old Oliver was gonna jump in and sacrifice his life for our Oliver, so our Oliver can live. That can still happen. So if that happens, I called that one. But back to my rant on Earth 38. Because of the whole CBS thing, where Supergirl started on CBS, and then the president at the time who was in charge, she was like, we're not crossing over with the other shows. And then, she basically like got, they rolled up on her on Twitter for that one. And then eventually she was like, all right, we'll do a crossover. And then they brought the Flash over to do the Flash Supergirl crossover. But they justified it by saying, oh, she's on a completely different Earth. They're not on the same Earth. And I'm just like, all right, she's on CBS, they're on CW, 2 different Earths, we get it. But then the following season, when the CW took the rights to Supergirl, for the CW, they now just all of a sudden couldn't lie and say they were on the same Earth, so they just kept her on Earth 38. And I was just like, yeah, I had like 3 years to bring this chick to Earth 1, and I'm glad Earth 38 is destroyed, because now because they're on Earth 1 now. Thank goodness. So we ain't got to hear no more BS about. So the next time something goes down, I want to see Kara more involved with Star Labs, with the Arrow crew. I want to see the Supergirl universe team. I want to see Argus and the DEO. Well, shit, the DEO don't exist no more. Like, Alex might work for Lila now. So like, I want to see some more interaction now, because that extrapolator bullshit doesn't apply anymore. Like, Kara's on Earth 1 with everybody else. All we got to do now is get Black Lightning on Earth 1, maybe get Titans on Earth 1, and then we ready to roll. So so like, rest in peace Earth 38, rest in peace Earth 2. I'll miss Jesse Quick. I'll miss Harry Wells. I'll miss the beautiful Iris West of Earth 2, police captain. But aside from those 3 characters, to hell with Earth 2. So and that was it. Oliver Oliver died on the table, and that's how the episode ended. So yeah, this was awesome. Like this was awesome. Like I'm loving this. Like I'm definitely loving this. And I found out that because I was talking to I was talking to my mom about The Crisis. I was having her DVR The Crisis, and then I told her that Black Lightning wasn't what the Black Lightning episodes aren't a part of it. But then she told me that she saw on the DVR that there's a new episode of Black Lightning that's supposed to come out. And I was just like, well, why would they do a brand new episode of Black Lightning during The Crisis when, you know, when Jeff is supposed to be a part of The Crisis? Because we all know he's going to be a part of The Crisis. But then come to find out, like I saw a little clip on YouTube, the Black Lightning episode, although the Black Lightning episode isn't a part of The Crisis itself, it ties into The Crisis because when I saw a little clip on YouTube, it showed Jennifer wearing her lightning costume. She was sitting on the porch trying to call Nyssa, and then the sky turned red. So I was just like, all right. So it's not going to be officially a part of the Crisis schedule, but Black Lightning will address the Crisis, like in its own way, which is how we're pretty much going to get Jeff off of his show and mixed him with the other 5. I just hope he brings the whole family with him, because again, let's get Black Lightning on Earth 1 too, so we can all do the damn. So that was that was it. That was it. Like I said, it was it was a good. I'm happy. Like it looked good to me. It definitely looked good to me. And then we'll see what all sorts of mayhem, mystical mumbo jumbo comes up in the future. So take care, everybody. Until part 2 of The Crisis. I'm out this. Yeah.